Welcome back to The Explainer. I am absolutely pumped to get into this one with you today because, well, we're diving into something that literally affects every single one of us every single day. We're going to look at how our own worldview, that lens through which we view everything, can actually turn into a trap. It actively hides contrary evidence from us. It's kind of like a mental prison. But more importantly, we're going to explore a really cool contrarian method to break right out of it. If you've ever felt stuck in a rut, or if you just want to make sure your reasoning is as sharp as it can possibly be, you are definitely in the right place.
There's this quote from MMA fighter Melissa Croden that just captures this dilemma perfectly. No problem can be solved by the same consciousness that created it. Think about it. We're all basically living inside what the source material calls the box. And this box, it's built entirely out of our current thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes. But here's the catch. Those form invisible walls, the only things we can see, and honestly, the only solutions we can actually find are the ones already inside the box with us. We literally cannot solve our biggest problems if we're using the exact same mindset that built those problems in the first place.
So, I want you to ask yourself right now, are you trapped? I know, it's a bit of an uncomfortable question, right? But to find real, actionable solutions in life, we absolutely have to step outside our comfort zone. We've got to explore outside of our tightly held belief systems. See, our needs and our realities get filtered through these thick layers of unconscious beliefs that we've just gathered over a lifetime. Sometimes we don't even know what's real anymore because our own worldview is completely distorting the picture.
Section 1. The confirmation bias trap. The invisible walls.
All right, as we know, those invisible walls are built by cognitive biases. Those systematic, predictable patterns of thought that lead us straight into perceptual errors. And our biggest, most relentless enemy here? Confirmation bias. Since we're all pretty familiar with this concept, we know you don't do this on purpose. It's that deeply entrenched, automatic tendency to seek out, interpret, and basically only remember the information that already supports your existing values. You automatically cherry-pick what aligns with your views, and you seamlessly discount anything that challenges them. It's an automatic response that literally makes your very own reasoning skills work against you. It's what keeps you locked inside the box.
And wow, the echo chambers we build are just relentless. I mean, think about it. You only watch news channels that support your political views. When you're researching something, you search for evidence to reinforce your opinion. If a scientific study agrees with you, boom, you trust it without question. You actively seek out discussions with people who already agree with you. And if someone disagrees, your brain immediately goes to work looking for flaws in their logic, instead of genuinely listening to their point. We all do this. It's just human nature to want to be right, even if it means sticking our fingers in our ears and humming really loudly.
Section 2. The 10th man rule. Your tactical defense. Now, what's really interesting about this is how we actually fight back against these lazy automatic habits. We need a tactical defense. Enter the 10th man rule. This is a concept with roots in Israeli military intelligence, designed as a formal safeguard to stop catastrophic groupthink. The rule dictates that when everyone in a group, or honestly, even just all the voices inside your own head, seems absolutely 100% certain of an idea, you must deliberately adopt the exact opposite stance. If certainty is absolute on one side, the 10th man acts as the ultimate safeguard by taking a purely contrarian position.
So you literally have to pretend that the consensus conclusion is entirely wrong. You force yourself to investigate the whole situation from a totally contrarian perspective. By doing this, by deliberately pretending that the thing you are most certain of is completely false, you reveal these hidden blind spots in your thinking that you would otherwise completely miss. You are artificially creating the opposing evidence that your confirmation bias was trying so incredibly hard to hide from you.
Section 3. Invert. Always invert. Flipping the thought. So how do we actually apply this contrarian rule in our everyday lives, right inside our own heads? Well, we use a process called inversion. First up, you identify the thought you're stuck on. Second, you restate it from the exact opposite perspective. You do this by reversing roles or reversing the ownership of the thought. And third, you detach. By completely flipping a thought, you remind yourself that your thoughts are not your identity. They're really just mental representations. When you invert, you step back, you see your own part in things, and you regain the power over those automatic biased assumptions.
Let's see how this builds with a concrete, everyday example. Take a super common thought. He doesn't listen to me. Now, apply the 10th man rule and invert it. Turn it to the other person. I don't listen to him. Or turn it to yourself. I don't listen to myself. Boom. Suddenly, you aren't just a victim of someone else's behavior. Reversing ownership completely reframes the entire situation. It opens up brand new truths and avenues for communication that your initial biased thought was totally blocking.
Section 4. revealing your blind spots, stepping outside.
Now, you might be wondering, why should we work so hard to be the 10th man in our own lives? Well, because at the end of the day, our subjective truths, how we perceive the world, they don't actually change the physical world. The legendary science fiction author Philip K. Dick put it perfectly. Reality is that which, when you stop believing in it, doesn't go away. I love that. It's the philosophical anchor of objective truth. Objective truth is that hard reality we bump into, whether we like it or not. It exists completely independently of our biases, our little echo chambers, and our beliefs. If your worldview doesn't align with objective truth, you are the one who's going to suffer. So, the 10th man rule isn't just some fun mental exercise. It's a vital tool to ensure you're actually living in reality, rather than some comfortable, constructed fantasy.
So I'm going to leave you with this challenge. Take a close look at your life today. Where are you absolutely unquestioningly certain? Where is your group consensus the strongest? Because wherever that certainty lies, that is exactly where you need to apply the 10th man rule. What hidden blind spots are you ignoring right now? Take a moment, invert your strongest belief, and just see what new truth reveals itself. Thanks so much for joining me on The Explainer today, and hey, keep questioning the box.